Oh, we're live.
We are?
Yeah. Just tell us. It's been like acting like it's sitting there live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Kim Reed and Misty LaFawn from Mimi's Wig Boutique in Dallas, Texas. We are live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. It says right there. We've been live for 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Acting all dumb. Okay, now we're going to just switch on over and we're going to go live at the same time on Facebook. So give us 1 second.
Just multitasking.
Hey, y'all. We made it. I think we're live on both now.
Yeah. We should get a third live.
We should. Can we do that? Instagram.
Oh, yeah, we could do Instagram, totally.
Sorry, our phone's ringing in the background. Anyway, welcome to Wig Talk Wednesday. It's Misty and Kim, for those of us who aren't watching on YouTube as well. So we are just here to spend some time with you.
What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about the differences in fibers, all the way from human hair to synthetic and heat defiant, things like that.
It's kind of confusing.
It can be, especially if you're new to wigs. It can be very confusing because the first thought people go to is, oh, well, I need to get human hair because that's the best because it's like my hair.
Right.
Which
I've got 3. They're a pain to deal with. I don't know that my wigs look I think my synthetic look more natural than my human hair.
Well, I mean, I agree. I do agree. It's so personal though. I mean, so don't think that just because we have our favorites and, we like this better or whatever, doesn't mean that it's not, perfect for you.
It's kind of like people that like cotton, linen, or silk. I mean,
right.
Everybody has their favorite fiber.
Right. So we'll start with human hair. How about that?
Okay.
The most obvious point is it's 100% human hair, which means it comes from a human. There are other types of real hair. I mean, that's kind of a marketing trick I think they have when they say real hair. That doesn't mean it's hair from a real human. It could be yak hair or something like that. I mean, literally, you have to be careful.
Yeah, you want human hair, and you want top quality human hair also. You want the cuticle running all one direction so that you don't get frizzing when you're trying to style it. Because sometimes when you wash it, it just turns out to be a hot mess.
We'll kind of go point by point and tell you what we found out about human hair. First of all, they can be washed, they can be cut, they can be colored, blow dried, curled, straightened. Whatever you would do to the hair on your head can be done to a human hair wig. That just means it's work though. So
I don't like to work.
I don't either. I mean, I fix my own hair maybe if I'm having a good week, maybe once a week. Other than that, it's a ponytail or a wig.
Yeah.
It does require a lot more styling. The thing of it is, just because it's human hair and because that cuticle and everything can be broken with heat and water, that molecule that you have in your hair, if you wash it, it's got to be restyled. It's got to be blow dried.
Right.
Same thing like if you get out in the rain, like oh my goodness, she got caught in the rain the other day, and if she wouldn't kill me, I would post her picture that she texted me because she was like a drowned rat.
Yeah, I was a drowned rat.
You were. She had to change clothes and everything. It was so sad.
And then it happened again the next week.
Well, you should learn when the clouds are out. You just need to stay put.
I think there's a product called an umbrella.
It's like, what is that cartoon that that ring cloud was always following that one person?
Where they talk about the people that don't have enough sense to come out of the rain. That would be me. That would be me.
Quality wise, I guess, in the wig world, people think that we already kind of touched on this, that human hair is the best. Again, it's just part of personal preference. Kim alluded to this earlier about the cuticle. It's real important. You just like clothing, shoes, whatever you buy in life, you get what you pay for. So if you're going to invest in human hair wig, it's going to be expensive, and you want to get something that's called Remy. And a lot of times, I know back before I did wigs, when I would hear about Remy hair, I thought it was a certain type of hair, maybe from a certain region or something like that. It's not. It actually refers to the characteristics of the hair and how it's manufactured and assembled. So like she said, that means that the cuticle is going to go all the way from the root to the tip in the same direction. Some of the cheaper made human hair pieces, extensions, wigs, partials, whatever you got, if you're not getting a good quality, they could be going different directions. And that's what she meant when she said it would tangle a lot.
Right.
So you put it in the water to wash it, and it's just a big tangled mess.
It literally tangles itself. Yeah.
So again, human hair, I have suggested people purchase human hair instead of synthetic from us because, you know, especially if there's somebody really young, you know, a young girl with alopecia, she may be a teenager, she may never have hair again, and then she wants those styling options. She doesn't mind, you know. When I was young, that's how I decided I wanted to be a hairstylist. I had a Barbie head, you know. But I mean, I wanted to play with hair and do that. As an adult, I don't. I have too much going on in my life, so you know, that might be the only time I suggest it. Other than that, I'd probably go to synthetic, which is the next one we're going to talk about.
Okay. You want to talk about synthetic?
Let's just do regular synthetic.
Regular synthetic. First of all, it's super easy. Wash and wear, hang it to dry, style comes back. You don't have to do anything to it. It is what it is.
Yes. Kim has on a regular fiber synthetic wig today. This is Bennett. It's like one of the most beautiful natural wigs I've ever seen. It's a Tonya Beverly 100% hand tied. And if you watch our video from last week, is when we talk about the differences in cap construction. So we thought we'd hit cap construction last week, hair fibers this week, and who knows what's next week.
And this is silly comfortable wig.
Yeah,
it's so. I've never put this wig on before. This wig is so comfortable.
And
I love the cap.
It's by Tonya Beverly, and she's wearing color Kahlua, which is a nice highlighted brown. Yeah. But as far as synthetic fiber goes, there are different even types of that quality-wise. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the most obvious place you can see the quality-wise is in synthetic wigs. So, I mean, they range from acrylic, polyester. They even have PVC, which it's not like the pipes in your house, but it's literally the same plastic material, or Kanekalon.
Right. But it's like, I mean, she said at the beginning, you get what you pay for them. When you buy those synthetic wigs that are cheaper, they're not going to last. They're not going to look natural. The fiber is so shiny and so, it's like doll hair. It's the difference between doll hair and then a higher quality.
And it's synthetic. So easy to see. I mean, if you've ever been out in public and you see somebody, especially blondes and like black wigs, they show up the light the most. They reflect more light. And so it's like, I just cringe because I'm like, oh, please, you know, I mean, please invest a little bit more money because then no one would know you have a wig on. Right. But yeah, the shine is the obvious factor, which even with ours, we only carry Kanekalon fiber wigs, which are the top of the line and top quality synthetic. We still put dry shampoo in some of ours just because that's the way hair is. Hair doesn't have that huge amount of shine. Well, now both of these that we have on do not have any dry shampoo. So, and you can see we have, well, you can't see, but we have quite a bit of lighting going on back there, and my nose is shinier than my hair. So, I mean, that tells you that, you know, these are really good quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just real picky here. And so we're never going to carry something that's going to be on the cheaper end of the wigs.
And there are things you can do with synthetic fiber as far as trimming a bang. You're not going to be able to give it a haircut. You can't change the color like you can with human hair, so you're going to have limitations. But that's actually good news because that means you don't have to do anything. Right. So, and it also gives you, we're women, we change our mind. So I might want to change my mind for what color I want or what style I want. If I've invested $5,000 in a human hair wig, then I'm not going to.
Even $1,000.
Right. I'm not going to be able to change my mind.
Right. I mean, so I'm very picky. That's why I have so many shoes. If you were to see my closet, I just don't even need to get on the shoes that I have. But yeah, just synthetic is just so simple and easy. You can literally have your hair done, styled on, out the door in less than 2 minutes. Yeah. It's just so easy. So in my book, synthetic's for me. Okay. Now, there are 2 types of synthetic. The regular fiber like Kim's wearing, and then a heat-friendly or heat-defiant. Depending on the company, they all call them different things, but essentially it all means the same thing. They can withstand a little bit of heat. Now, her fiber, no heat whatsoever. I mean, we can't stress this enough. We kind of have our whole little spiel that we go through sometimes, no blow dryer, no curling iron, no opening of oven door. I mean, even the dishwasher on a drying cycle, leaning too close to a candle, it kind of just becomes repetitive that we say so much because this fiber looks great, but it will not take heat.
And it's fast. Before you know it, it'll frizz.
Oh, we should have brought an example.
Oh,
we have an example that we show new wig wearers to let them know, okay, we're not playing around with this. This is not a suggestion.
I'm going to go grab it.
Okay, she's going to go get it. This is not a suggestion. This is, if I want my wig to work, I need to make sure that I stay away from heat because it's not going to be dangerous. It's not going to melt to your scalp or go up in flames. You're not going to be walking like torch, but it will ruin the fiber. I mean, like that. so fast. So here she comes. This wig that we're going to show you was one of our clients. She bought this on a Friday and she showed up here on a Monday with this. And she's like, can this be fixed?
Okay. So this lady put her wig on a lamp.
Yes.
And her husband turned the lamp on.
And she's like, we never turned that lamp on. I don't know why he did it. And I don't know why she put it on a lamp. So if you're using a small lamp as a headstand, just stop.
Right. And it'll save your marriage.
Yeah. She's like, we were sitting there. I was reading a book and he was watching the news. It was so drama filled. And she's like, we start smelling something. And they thought they had an electrical fire. They both go running through the house, like checking the attic, ready to call 911. And she figured out, oh, it's my brand new 2-day-old wig.
Right.
So again, like this is the way it looked on Friday. This is the way it looked Saturday night.
Yeah.
So you can't repair it.
No.
So and this is really extreme, but we see a lot of people come in here with just a tiny bit on the bang, and we'll start telling them about the heat, and they will swear up and down they don't have heat on it, which they probably didn't know they did. I mean, sometimes you get so used to wearing them that you forget, and you're checking your toast, to see if it's brown enough, or your bagel, or whatever you're doing. So just be careful with your wig.
I mean, I know better, and I've done mine where I've had friends over and we were cooking, and I've gone to open the oven, and then the next thing I know, I'm in the bathroom looking. I'm like, ooh, I got my wig.
And everybody's thinking, what happened to your hair? It looks so pretty 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
you just forget. You forget you have it on, and you go about your daily life, and it just happens. So can't stress that enough.
Okay, Heat Defiant.
Heat Defiant. I'm wearing Heat Defiant wig. This is Crowd Pleaser by Raquel Welch. We carry 2 companies currently that have Heat Defiant fiber, John Renault and Raquel Welch. Quality wise, I think they're pretty equal in their fiber. That means they can be styled using low to medium heat. I mean, I think 350 degrees is pretty hot to me.
Well, I think that's what the manufacturer, because we don't go over 280.
Usually around 280. I mean, it's like your own human hair, and like I told people in the salon for years now, the desire you want, I mean, it doesn't matter if you use 200 degrees or 350 degrees. If you can get the desired look that you want with 200, do it. Because, less heat's always better if it'll work for you. My hair's pretty resistant to heat, so I usually crank mine all the way up. Kim's is very receptive to heat, so when we curl hers, we turn it about halfway down.
Right.
So, I mean, it just depends, just practice. Now, they can't be colored, obviously, like human hair. So even though they can be styled like human hair, you can't color them.
Well, the other thing is, and there's a whole lot of misinformation out there when you are going to try to get more curl. So if you're going to try to take this and you're going to take a curling iron to it, once you take that curling iron off, you literally have to have the proper equipment to hold that so that it cold sets. It's not like your own hair where you're just going to pull it out, it's going to be curled. So in order to get that look, you've got to have all of the equipment that you need. So a lot of times people are disappointed when they get the Heat Defiant wigs home and they start trying to style them, because there's some extra steps to making sure that it works.
Right. And I just want to point out, I know we have some live viewers on Facebook right now. We do not have a way to see if you're commenting. So I am so sorry if we haven't acknowledged you. For some reason, we didn't use the iPad this week. We used something else, and so we can't see. Yeah. But anyway, we will make sure we respond to everything as soon as we can. But back to the Heat Friendly and Heat Defiant. It also is it's not as strong of a fiber. So it stretches really easy. I mean, when I was back in cosmetology school, and if any of you are watching have gone through that, and, they would teach you how to test, the fiber and see how strong a fiber was. You would take a strand, do a strand test, and you would stretch it. And if it stretched, then, it had good elasticity and it was pretty healthy. And if it snapped, then obviously it wasn't healthy. This is different. This can't be healthy or unhealthy, but it stretches. So if you use a regular wig brush, like we've showed you before, like these pin brushes, it's not going to take long. You're going to stretch that fiber out, and it's going to start to carry that nappy look and look, more worn out.
And it doesn't take long. Do not brush your wig. It doesn't matter whether it's a pin brush. Do not brush your wig if it's Heat Defiant. You need to. This is a John Renault pick that comes with all Heat Defiant.
I love that John Renault does that, because they are really dedicated to teaching people, right, even on their YouTube channel, on how to take care of their wigs. Raquel doesn't. That may be something that, hair you wear looks into. I mean, it's kind of a selling point to say, if you buy a Heat Defiant wig, you're going to get a styling tool with it. So,
right. and they're very dedicated. John Renault is very dedicated to making sure people do know and understand what the fiber is they're buying. So anyway, if for some reason you get a heat defiant wig and it doesn't come with a pick like this, I know we sell picks. You can get picks at Sally's and lots of different places.
Yeah,
just
I think we have a video that we did on styling tools, and you can even see, and we talk about it there too. Just yeah, I mean, the thing of it is, it's just, again, I mean, I wear a wig for convenience. I don't want this to be curlier. I like it just the way it is. I don't want it to be straighter. Otherwise, I would have gotten a different wig. So if your mindset going into your first wig is, oh, I'll just get whatever I find and I'll just make it what I want it to be, that's, you know, that's not probably a really good mindset to have. You probably want to just, you know, my advice to most people that come in here is find the closest thing you can find to what you want.
Right.
I mean, even if it, like I said, I don't have a very big forehead, so most of mine that have a bang have to be trimmed. But then again, I try to look for things that I know when I start trimming, it's just things that happen. Like the more you trim, the thicker they kind of get because it's closer to the base. So just make sure when you're looking for a wig, go to a reputable shop where you can try different things on. Make sure that who you work with knows what they're talking about and it's not just out to sell you something. And
don't feel pressured to buy on your first visit.
Absolutely not. I mean, in fact, I've talked many people out of buying a wig before, and I flat out told people, do not buy this today. I feel like you've been making a mistake, because you kind of just get kind of in the wig moment, you know, and you're like, oh yeah, I love it. And then you leave and you're like, I would never wear my hair like this. So, I mean, make sure if you're doing that, that you take your time.
Yes, take your time.
And if you order online, that is a whole other show altogether.
We should do that. We should do a whole thing on just.
You know what we're going to do? And we talked about it, but we never did it. We are going to take our favorite styles that we wear here, they're top quality, and try to find an equivalent, maybe like on Amazon or somewhere that's really cheap, and then just do a review comparison. Yeah. Because it doesn't compare. I don't care what they say, it doesn't compare.
No. And they, we are told all the time that the lower quality, when
there we can see. Hi Pam. Hi Chris.
That they wash it, the first time they wash it, it just literally falls apart.
Yeah. Oh, and this is another point. I think we might have talked about this before, is top quality synthetic versus cheaper synthetic. It's kind of an opposite mindset that you normally get. Like you go to a restaurant and you have an order of fries, you know, and you want what you pay for. You want a big amount of food, you know. So if you pay a lot for some French fries, you want a big bucket of French fries. You know, you don't want a little bit. It's opposite when it comes, and you can always tell I think about food because I always bring food up. Anyway, it's opposite with hair. The more money you pay for synthetic, generally the less hair you get, because it's less dense and it's less full.
And it's more natural looking.
Right, because nobody has the amount of hair that some of these cheap wigs have in them. I mean, I've been a stylist a long time, and I've had my hands in a lot of heads. Trust me, maybe 2 people in my lifetime.
Even in Texas, even with our big old hair.
That doesn't mean you can't make it look like you don't got a lot of hair. Anybody can tease and hairspray. Do you remember that T-shirt that I had? It had
follow your hair, the closer to Jesus.
Yeah, the higher the hair, the closer to God. And it said, tease it to Jesus. That is still my all-time favorite shirt. Well, I love it. You should wear it. I'll have to find it. Anyway, we're to the rambling part, which is my favorite part because I like to talk. Mm-hmm. But if you have any questions, we have gotten a huge response from people either on YouTube.
Oh, you know what? Everybody wants us to switch wigs.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what everybody talks about.
True. Again, I had crowd pleaser, Raquel.
I've got Tonya Beverly's Bennett in Kahlua.
I'm going to be long-haired. Ooh, this is comfortable.
Isn't that comfortable?
Okay, give me a minute.
Okay, so, yeah, this is not for me.
I can't really see because... Well, I don't think this is for me either.
This wig looked way better on you.
And this one looks better on me. I can't. But we did it. We switched.
Yeah, we did. You're so dumb.
Yeah, we are. That's why I love us. Oh, anyway. Right. Like we said, we just hit 351 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which I think is pretty good because we just started doing this.
So you guys should tell all your friends.
Yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not that it helps us. It just, our purpose is we're never going to have an online wig business. We just want to educate people and, you know, just be there. Especially a lot of our clients live far, far away. We have people shoot, we even had a lady in South Africa, and she
Right.
would come back, once a year to get wigs. And we have a lady in Wyoming. We have people all over, lots from Oklahoma, Louisiana.
Oh, I love you, Pam.
And oh, she's so sweet. She was just here.
Yeah, she was.
It's good to see you. But essentially, we just want to get the word out there for people who have to travel too. This is what we have new. Before, they just have to show up maybe, once or twice a year and say, what do you got new? And of course, well, a lot of things. This way we can put things on and get, out there what we have before people make a trip.
Sure.
So,
and any information that you want that we can help you with, that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Back to I get sidetracked so easy. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on. I did set this up to automatically alert people. I don't know if it did because I'm still new and I think I might have done it wrong. But anyway, we'll do that. And then follow us on Facebook. We do have an Instagram page, but I say this every week. I'm going to get better.
This is the week.
This is the week. Okay, I'm going to do it today.
All right.
Can you make me? Could you just say you're going to fire me if I don't?
No. Firing you is the easy way. I'm going to keep you around.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we hope you have a spectacular week, and we can't wait to see you next Wednesday. And again, questions, comments, whatever you got, shoot it to us, and we'll make sure that we tell you everything that we know. And if we can't find it out, then we'll hound people until we do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.